Assalamu alaikum friends, my name is Muhammad Yunus and I am Odoo technical developer. In this video we are going to talk about how to create a pivot view from a psql query. So at the end of this video you will be able to develop this report. For example, this is sales analysis report on the basis of the product model and invoice model and invoice lines model. So the data is actually coming from three different models. So we will discuss all these things in this video, that how you can and develop this report. So let me open up py-charm. Inside the py-charm, first of all you will have to create a py file inside the models. So this is our module in which we are working, Open Academy, and this module is available on GitHub, and the link of that GitHub repository is in the description of the video. You can download this module from the GitHub. So first of all, you will have create a product sales analysis py file inside the models directory, and then import this py file inside the intent file. And then we will have to import models, fields, and API also import tools. So then create a model, just like the normal model, Odoo.model, and then add some name. Here I have added product.seal.analysis. You will have to add this auto is equal to false. It must be added, otherwise the report will not work properly. And here you can add a description parameter, and then you will have to add this method in order to dynamically create the model and the pivot view. So this is the tools this is the purpose of the tools that we have inherited here. Tools.drop-view if exist. So here you will have to add the model name, whatever you have added here, and replace dot with underscore, and then you will have to write the code in this format. Here we have added create a replace view. So here you will have to just copy and paste the same thing here, and then copy and paste the same thing here also. After that we will have to define some fields so that we can display the data on the pivot view. Like here we can see product, quantity, untext amount, total amount, invoice type, and we can see dates. So these are the different fields that are needed to display the data. So for this purpose we will have to add different kind of field. So let me just add all the fields at once, and then instead of wasting time. So these are all the fields that I have already defined here, and let me copy and paste it here. So these are the fields: product ID. I have to display this data in order to design a report. So you can go through all these fields like product ID and the date, quantity, untext amount, total, invoice ID, partner ID. So these are the fields that I want to display on the pivot view. And then here we will have to create a pivot view using the query. So here I have to define the fields, like whatever fields I have added here, I will have to add the data for these fields. First of all, we will have to get all the products, and then on the basis of the products we will have to fetch invoice move lines, so that we can get the data of the invoice move lines, and then on the basis of the invoice move lines we can get the data of the invoice. So from all these models, from the product model we need product ID. From the invoice model, account.move model, we need date, and we also need partner ID, user ID, type of the invoice, state of the invoice. These are data we need from the invoice model. And then from the invoice lines we need a quantity, untext amount, total amount, invoice ID, and then number of lines. And then exclude from invoice type. In this for this I have added this field just in order to get the data of the invoice lines and not the account moves. So we don't want to get the journal entries, we just want to get the data of the invoice lines. So and then for this purpose we will have to write the select statement here. Select something like p dot id, product id. We need product id is we need to add alias here, id, and let me add here, we need to add the model from product model is p, and we can also write it is like this. So we have we need to get the id of the product from the product model, and then we need to add here left join to get all the invoice lines against this product. So here we will have to add left join account move line on account move line AML. This is the alias, the name for this model we will use as a shortcut. And on keyword, here we need to add the condition that which and what fields and what relation we want to get the value. So here we will add that we need the value of product.id if we need the line if product.id is equal to aml.product.id, like this product ID. And so we can get here in this case like what we need more. First of all, we will have to add the get the product ID, and then we need to add the date. So the date is actually from the invoice model, so I will have to add here another left join on account move am on. So on what fields we want to add the condition, like aml dot move id equal to am dot id. So now we can get the data from all the three models. So from the product model we need product id, from the account move model we need a date. We can say invoice date is a date, and then what we need next, we need to get the quantity. AML quantity field is inside the account move line model, so we will have to fetch it from the account move line is a quantity, and then we need the value of untext amount. So untext amount is actually the price subtotal. So price subtotal is inside the account move line, so we will have to add price subtotal is untext amount. So this thing should be equal to the field that you have defined here, and then we will have to add again the total amount, which is account move line dot price total is total. And then what is the next field is invoice ID, and then partner ID. So invoice ID AML, so we can get from AML dot in move ID is invoice ID, and then dot partner ID. So partner ID is available in the account move model, so we will have to get from the account move model. So AM is the alias for account move model is partner ID, and then we will have to get the next thing, which is user ID in NBR lines. NBR lines means number of lines, so this is just a count, and we can just remove it also. So this is not needed for us. So then user ID and then type. So user ID am dot invoice user ID is the field name in account move model is user ID, and then we need am dot type is type, and then we need exclude from invoice tab. So this is available in account move line is this one. So this is we need from a product model, and then we edit a left join in order to get the data from the account move line, and also we add another left join in order to get the data from the account move model. So this is we have just added the basic select query in order to get this the data from these three models. So then we will have to select this data, and we will have to save this inside these fields. So for this purpose we have to complete this select statement. This select statement is actually to get all the data that we have get here, that we have fetched here using this select statement. So we will have so the first line is to get the ID of the record, and then we need to get so let me define one more thing here, like we have to add it is, so this statement we need to get it is line, and then we have to write it here um, line dot product ID. So first of all we will have to get the product ID, and then we need to add line dot date, then line dot quantity, and the next thing is untext amount. So line dot untext amount. So you will have to get all the fields a value like this. So whatever fields you have defined here, you will have to edit here, and whatever you have using in the select statement, you will have to edit here. And what is line? Line is actually the like line is actually the alias for this select statement. So we can this will just create a table, you can say like a database table, which will not just which does not exist actually, but it is just the alias, and you can get the data like this, and a line dot, and then we need to add total like this, and then we will have to get invoice dot line dot invoice ID, and then line dot partner ID, and then line dot user ID, and then line dot type, and then line dot exclude from invoice tab. So let me copy it from here like this, and we have to get this from this statement from like this. We have to get it from this one. So let me just backspace it from this statement, write this, and then close it here like this. Like this. So we have created the alias for this like is line, and then we have closed this inside this bracket. So we have get all these fields using the select statement. So this is just the basic query that I have added, and then After that, what we need to do is we have added this model. So for this model we will have to add the security. So this model is basically just for reporting purposes, so we will have to add inside the ir.model.access .csv file the access rights for this model. So I have added it like this, read write create or added one, and group is empty, so any user can access this model. And after that, in order to create the views, so we will have to create the XML file inside the views file. So product sales analysis. So for this purpose I have already added a menu item. Then you can see here a product sales analysis, and inside this I have and then I have added an action for this menu item. So inside this action I have added the model that I have added for this report, and then in the view mode I have just added the pivot view. So because I just want to display the pivot view and don't want to display any other view, so then I have added a pivot view. So let me just display uh, the data in just in a simple format. So let me make this so let me just comment some code, and then after that I have to add this file inside the manifest file. So I have added it at the end. Then let me restart Odoo service, and then go to Odoo, and then go to apps, and then click the upgrade button to upgrade the module. So click the update button to upgrade the module. So if the module upgraded successfully, then we will show you that what has been added so far. So we got an error message. So let me just check what is the error. So we got an error message, the syntax error at near am. So let me check what is the syntax here in this case. So here am dot invoice date is date. This is the line where it is showing an error message. So here we can see we forgot to add the comma here. So let me restart the service again, and then go to apps, and then click the upgrade button to upgrade the module. So let's wait to upgrade the module. So if the module has been upgraded successfully, then we will be able to see the basic view, and it has been upgraded successfully. So let me go to Open Academy module, and then click product sales analysis. So we got another error message. So what the error is saying, like untaxed amount does not exist. So let me just check what is the problem. So untaxed amount, and here it is untaxed total. So here is the difference between these two things. So let me just change it like this, and then start Odoo service, and then go to apps, and then upgrade the module again to see the change. So click the upgrade button to upgrade the module, and after the module upgrade we will be hopefully this issue will be resolved. So we got another error message like untaxed amount does not line that untaxed amount does not exist. So let me check here line dot. So we got another this error is because that we have selected it as untaxed total, and here we have added untaxed amount. So let me just restart the service again, and then upgrade the module again. Hopefully this will work fine this time. So we will just discuss further about it after the module upgrade. So module has been upgraded successfully. So let me just go to Open Academy module, and then open the report by clicking this menu item. So here we can see the basic report structure has been developed, but here we can you noticed something strange, that here it is showing like customer invoice credit note, and then it is saying undefined. Why this is showing is undefined because we have not added yet any domain for this purpose. So this report is showing everything that is on the customer invoice lines. So we want to add some domains here in order to filter out some specific records, and in order to hide this undefined state. So let me go here and then let me add some more filters here. So I want to add some a where statement that I want to add some conditions and want to get this data on the basis of certain conditions. So I want to add here like where the invoice state is posted. So invoice AML dot so here I will use like not AML, but I will use line because I can use it line, and inside this line I can see here the state, something like state. So we forgot to get the value of the state. So let me just add a state here also in order to get the state value. So after the type we will add state. State is really important because we don't want to get the value of the cancelled invoices. So let me add it like this one. We need the state from the account move model because the state is defined inside the account move model. So here we can add like where the am line dot state equal to posted. We want to get only posted invoices. So let me just restart Odoo service and then upgrade the module. So after the module upgrade you will be able to see the change. So the change will just take effect on some values because we have just added a condition to fetch the data only of the invoices that are in posted state. So let me upgrade the module and then let me refresh this screen. So here we can see 15 and something like this. So let me refresh it, and then you can see the data is really squeezed, and this we cannot see the data that is in cancelled state or draft state. So this data is only this report is no only showing the data that is in posted state. So let me add another condition here like and then we will have to add the end operation and line dot not line dot exclude from invoice. So this should be not because we don't want to get the lines that are created only for journal entry purposes. And after that what we need to add here again is to add a condition to get only invoices and credit notes. So here we will have to use type in uh, we need to get only out invoice. Out invoice is customer invoice, and then out refund is customer credit note. So we need to get the data only for the customer invoices and customer refund because this report is only for sales analysis purpose. So let me go here again and then upgrade the module. Every time you make some changes, you will have to upgrade the module to take effect. So click the upgrade button to upgrade the module, and at this time you will be able to see the change. And this time it will only show the data of uh, the invoices and customer refunds. So let me go here and then let me refresh it here. So here we cannot see any change, and this is the data only from the customer invoices and the credit notes, and only those invoices that are in posted state. So in order to improve this report a little bit more, so let me go to the pivot view inside the product sales analysis.xml file. So let me uncomment this here. We want to add some more grouping like a column on the basis of type, which is like we need a row on the basis of date, and then we need to show the quantity also. So you can add multiple measures here, and you can add multiple rows here. So let me just upgrade the module. I just made a change inside the XML file, so I don't need to restart the service. So after the module upgrade, we will have to refresh the page in order to see the effect. And so the module has been upgraded successfully. So let me refresh this page, and then we can see the report that we have designed in this video. So these are the products, these are the dates these are the invoice dates. And so in Feb only one invoice created with amount this one, and in June two invoices created with this amount, and this total amount, this is untaxed, and this total amount. So sorry, this is quantity, not a number of invoices. And if you want to see the count, which is number of lines, you can add it like this here. So this has been selected by default, so whatever you add it here like a measure, it will be selected by default here. You can download this report just by clicking this button, and it will be downloaded in Excel format. And you can explain all this data, and you can play around it. You can also add some more filters. So this is the sales analysis report, and this is the video in which we have discussed how to create a dynamic report and dynamic report using query. So there is still one problem in this report, and the report or all data is not correct. So that problem is that you can see the customer invoices and credit notes. So the customer invoices data is in positive, and the credit notes data should be in negative, so that we can balance the or all total data. So for this purpose, I have added a query. So let me just copy it from here and then paste it here. So I have already pasted it here in order to edit. And here let me explain it that we have to get the sign for the customer invoices and from the credit note. So for the customer invoices, it should be positive, and in case of credit note, it should be negative. So this type is if it is in refund in invoice, so it should be negative, else positive. So if it is in out refund in invoice, it should be negative, else positive. So simple is that in case of customer invoices, the sign quantity will have a negative sign, positive sign. In case of credit note, it will have a negative sign. So we will have to select this data from account move model, and alias is AM. So we have to add this condition that invoice type dot invoice type dot id is equal to am dot id. So this is what we have added, and then we have to multiply this sign with this quantity, and then with a subtotal like this quantity sign, and then close the bracket. So let me add this per price subtotal and price total. So let me add bracket at the start also. So this is it. Let me restart Odoo service, and then go to Odoo apps, and then upgrade the module. So click the upgrade button to upgrade the module. So if the module has been upgraded successfully, then we will be able to see the chain. So we got an error message that a contact segment does not exist. So here we can see invoice quantity sign. So it is actually sign quantity, not quantity sign. So therefore we got an error message. So let me restart Odoo service again, and then click the upgrade button to upgrade the module again. So this time hopefully the module upgrade will work fine. and it will just take a bit of time. So the module has been upgraded successfully. So let me refresh this page and in no, and here we can see the data is in negative and the data is no correct. So in case of credit notes, so the data is in negative, and in case of customer invoices, the data is positive. So this is report is no 100% correct. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please give a huge thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, so please go and subscribe to our channel if you want to get some more useful videos like this. So if you subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon so that you can get the updates of the upcoming videos. Thank you.